Hello everybody, welcome back to the new community choice. Sorry there was a gap in between the last community choice. I had technological issues that I had to work out. But we're back and ready for more. And in the last episode, I asked you guys what your favorite Nintendo indie game was. Which basically, if it's an indie game and it's on a Nintendo platform, then it got a vote. So without further ado, let's just get right into the top 5. Coming in at number 5, we have Fast Racing Neo. Fast Racing Neo is a lot like F-Zero. You're in a high-tech futuristic car that goes super fast. It basically is F-Zero without being F-Zero. So if you're a fan of F-Zero, you'll probably like Fast Racing Neo. And it kind of baffles me that Nintendo let this game be created and they didn't ask the developers to create a new F-Zero game, because people really liked the game, and it just blows my mind. I don't understand. It's just beyond my comprehension. Beyond that though, it's a lot of high-speed races and it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of twists to the game. So if you're a fan of F-Zero, definitely go pick this game up. You will enjoy it immensely. Alright, and moving on to the number 4 spot. With 11% of the votes, we have Runbow. Runbow is a super fun, quirky racing game. You take control of a few different characters. You start from one side of this 2D stage and you just race to the other end. That's it. It's just pretty simple. But the one big twist that happens is that there are a whole lot of colored platforms on the stage, and the background also changes colors frequently. And if it changes to a color that's the same color as a platform, that platform will disappear. So you really have to plan out your jumps and where you land depending on what platform you're on. That way you won't fall behind or end up dying. It's a really nice, interesting twist to a racing game, and it's very fun to play with friends. So if you have a couple of guys over, put this game in, have some fun, it'll be good. Alright, moving on to the number 3 spot. With 14% of the votes, we have Cave Story. I've never actually played Cave Story, so I'm sorry if I don't really understand much of it. But from what I gather, you start out as a guy in a cave who doesn't remember anything, because of course. And you're going through all these caves, defeating monsters, and just kind of exploring, defeating bad guys, and just trying to save the day. Like I said, I don't really know much about the game. I tried looking it up, but it looked really complicated. I didn't really understand it. So I guess I need to play the game. Everyone really seems to like this game, so apparently I'm just missing out. So I guess after this video, I should just probably go buy this game. But before we do that, let's move on to the number 2 spot. We have Shantae. Shantae's actually been around for quite a while and has a few different games, but is still classified as an indie game, so way to go, Shantae! The plot of each Shantae game varies from game to game, so I'm not really going to focus much on like the whole plot and backstory of Shantae. All you really need to know though is Shantae is a genie and she can use her hair to attack enemies. This game is very much a puzzle platformer game. There's a whole lot of various towns and obstacles in your way that you have to overcome, and you have to talk to a lot of different people to open up dungeons and to just get to basically where you need to go to end the game. It's a really fun game, and if you haven't played it, I'm not the best at explaining exactly what it is in its entirety, but you should still go pick it up. And last but not least, coming in at number 1, we have, of course, Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is a newer indie game that's literally on every platform everywhere. Everybody loves Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is a game that took everything back to the roots of the NES days, to where it had 8-bit graphics, but it was done in an HD environment, so it looks really nice. It looks like something that was made today, but it feels like it's something that was made a long time ago. So it has a really nice correlation with each other. And the plot of the game, of course, you are a Shovel Knight. You have your knight that wields a shovel. That's about it. And you're trying to defeat this evil lady chick who has taken over the world. After the heart-wrenching death of his love interest, Shield Knight, he really doesn't have anything else to lose. So now he goes to a lot of different places, battling a lot of different people to try and save the world. Definitely a really fun game, and it's just good. Like, that's really all that I can say. It's amazing. Just get it. Just get it and play it, and you better have played it by the next time you see me, or there's gonna be some consequences. Alright guys, well, that has been the top 5 indie games. Sorry if your choice didn't make number 1, but maybe next time. And speaking of next time, let's move on to next week's question. So for this question, I'm going to be asking you guys about a newer game that's been out recently, and definitely one that I have spent about 300 hours in, because I don't have a problem. What is your favorite character in Xenoblade Chronicles X? Xenoblade Chronicles X has taken over my life. I have spent so much time with it. Even though the game is a little bit shorter story-wise than the original, it still has a lot of character development. It makes you really emotionally invested in what happens to those characters. So go ahead and leave a comment below telling me what your favorite character is from Xenoblade Chronicles X. And while you're doing that, make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. And also check out my channel where I do crazy, fun, wacky stuff. Alright guys, that's all I really have to say for today. So until next time, make sure you stay beautiful and have an amazing rest of the week, NinBuzz.